Hey ladies, so I've been meaning to take this video for a while because I think people might find it useful, and I'm not sure if anyone closes up their round, how to close up their do a circle in a round and how to close that seam up. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do it real quick. So I have my outfit right here and I need to serge on my binding into the center of the outfits. So what I do is this is a 1.5 inch strip that I'm going to use for my binding. Put it under my foot, and the first thing I like to do is making sure that my outfit, because I'm serging on my binding, so my outfit needs to be facing towards me, right side's facing towards me. Okay, so I always start at a shoulder seam, and what I do to get as I want to get as possible as close to this seam right here, right? So what I do is making sure my needle's all the way down. I pick up my foot, I put it as close to one side of the seam as possible in the direction that I'm sewing in, and I'm gonna bring my binding all the way around. I'm not gonna stretch this too hard, just a little bit to make sure it lays flat, but I don't want to pull it too hard, making my outfit too tight. Change up the size is what typically happens if I pull this too hard. So I'm gonna just go all the way around like so, keeping my binding in half and on the edge. Fix that. Okay, and now I'm back around the back side of the outfit, and I'm about to come back to the point where I started, right? And I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna try to bring my binding up as close to that shoulder seam as possible, and making sure that you don't clip that off too soon. Let me find my scissors, which are always disappearing. Oh my God. I really hope that my camera wasn't out of view the whole time. So as you can see, I'm back around the edge to where I started, right? And it looks something like this. It's such a weird freaking angle. It looks something like this. I want to make sure that I go back in and I try to bring that as close to this seam right here as possible to make my life easy. And what I do, just put that back under there. Okay, you can see me. Pretty sure I just took this whole video without even being in the camera, but okay, so we're a little bit closer now. So what I like to do is I like to fold it, right? I like to get my shoulder seam starting pretty far back. And you want to take both of the bindings and make sure they match up like so. See where I have that? Can you see that? See how they're not attached? And I'm just going to go straight down to close up that round. And this could be a little tricky at first because you could have one binding like totally lopsided. So this really does come with practice to line up those two edges. I don't always get it perfect. It definitely comes with practice, so. I actually did a really good job on that one. So I'm just gonna put it back under real quick. And now you have closed up your seam in the round. And that's the easiest way I find, the easiest way possible to do it, for me anyway. And then also what I'd like to do, let me not leave this out, almost the end of the video. I go ahead and I reinforce this by just adding a straight stitch right there, just so that, you know, the wear and tear right there, or the pulling, doesn't rip that off.